Hello my dear students. Today in this video we are going to study about the Union Executive. In India we have got two types of government. One is the state government and the next is the central government. And we all are aware about it. Now the central government is to take care after the nation's activities and functions, whereas the state government takes care after the state activities and affairs. And we have got the main components and also the different functions for each of the government system. And also we have got the people who are going to head certain departments and are going to take care of the different activities, like we have got the president and the prime minister and also the cabinet ministers to take care of the nation's activities. Similarly, we have got the governor and the chief ministers and other state ministers to take care of the state activities. Now, the Union Executive is also called as the central government machinery system, where all the national activities and the functions take place. And Union Executive is also a office for the President, Prime Minister, and the Cabinet Minister. So the entire central government system is carried out in the Union Executive. Now, in the Union Executive, the topmost position is occupied by the President. So, the President of India is considered as to be on the top of the Union Executive. He has got the most important role and plays the most important function in the Union Executive, who is going to plan and also is going to execute the activities, and through the suggestions and the advice by the Prime Minister, he is going to make a decision. The most of the appointments are actually done by the president itself, which I have already explained in the previous video. So now moving on ahead, the first thing what we are going to learn in the Union Executive is the president, the most important person in the Union Executive. And the image which you can see here is of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Now, let us just check the point what comes under the president. The president of India is the constitutional head. He or she is the first citizen of India. The executive power has been vested in the president. He or she is the nominal or ceremonial head of the state. The executive power is exercised by the president only on the advice of Council of Ministers. So these are the main point. Firstly, as I told several times, the President of India is considered as the constitutional head, and he or she is the first citizen of India, and all the executive powers is being given to the president. The most of the appointment also, as I told you all, of the various officers are especially the defense and the armed forces, the different officers are actually done by the President of India. And the executive power is exercised by president on only on the advice of council of minister. Now, what are the qualifications for the post of president? The person must be the citizen of India, and the person must have completed the age of 35 years. The person must not hold any office of profit under the government of India, state government, or local government bodies. The person must be qualified for the election as a member of the House of People. The person shall not be a member of either House of the Union Legislature or House of the Legislature of any state. Now, these are the main qualifications for being the President of India. Now, let us learn about the tenure, that is the termination of office. The normal term of office of the president is for 5 years. This is again a compulsory question. They will every year ask you all the same question, that is, what is the term of the office of president, and it is 5 years. The office of president may remain vacant in the following conditions. Now let us look at what are those conditions. If the president resigns, addressing to the vice president of India, this is the first condition. Due to the death of the incumbent president, by removal of the president through the process of impeachment, if the office of the president is vacant owing to any of these reasons, the vice president acts as the president. Now you have to keep this in mind. If these conditions are actually taking place, and the next person after the president who will take care after the activity in the absence of president is vice president. In case of vacancy, an election for the president must be held within the 6 month of vacancy. So immediately within the 6 month, the elections are being conducted for the president. And before that, there is a vice president who will take care after the activities. Now from these points, the main point is the term, that is 5 years. Then the person next to the president is vice president, but it has to be only within the 6 months, because again the re-election has to be taken place for the post of president. Now election of the president, how it has been conducted. The president of India is elected by indirect election. The President of India is not directly elected by the people but by the representatives of the people. The President of India is elected by the system of proportional representation, in which the representatives gives preference to the candidates. This method is known as single transferable candidate is required to get a quota of votes. The president is elected by an electoral college. Now, the electoral college is highlighted using the inverted comma because, again, this is a common question which appears for the exam. That is, they won't give you all the entire descriptive type of a option. They will give a straight question with a simple option. That is, the president is elected by dash. Then the answer is electoral college. Elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and Legislative Assembly of the state constitute the electoral college for the election of president. So this is the way the election of the president is being conducted. Now these are the powers and functions of the president: administrative power, legislature power, judicial power, military powers, diplomatic powers, emergency power, and the financial powers. Now, these are the main powers and the functions of the president. Role of president: constitutional head, acts as administration on advice of the prime minister, reconsideration, pocket veto, nominal head, changed political scenario. So these are the main roles which is being played by the president. So he acts as a constitutional head. He has got a veto power, that is, he can hold the bill without signing for, and he can consider it for the reconsideration if he is not willing to sign it, or if he finds it has to be modified again. So that holding the bill without giving an assent is called as a veto power. Then again the bill reconsideration also he can send again back to the both the houses. Then the administration activities, and this he does only by the advice and the suggestion of prime minister. He acts as a nominal head and also is responsible for the changed political scenario.